is a Chicago Bear type quarterback? Because this is the thing, like you're talking about the fans. The fan base has a culture and ethos. Do you think that Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels are Chicago Bears type quarterbacks?
I mean, to be honest, I think a better fit for Chicago would be a Drake May or a JJ McCarthy for the Chicago Bear brand.
Who's flying up the draft board?
JJ McCarthy.
He's going number 2 after they trade with Washington, so Caleb can go 1.
If they trade, I mean, they're pretty much either going to have to take Jaden Daniels or they're going to have to take Drake May at number 2. I don't see I don't see JJ McCarthy getting pulled by them at number 2. I think that they would probably go with Jaden Daniels at this point. That would be my guess. But I don't think that they want to do that. I think that they're all in on Caleb Williams, and they're going to do whatever they can. And they are making the moves right now to make him happy. I mean, they bringing in Keenan Allen, and most likely ending up with another top flight wide receiver in the draft at pick number 9. You gotta be sitting there if you're Caleb Williams saying, well, I could go to the Commanders, and yeah, that's my hometown. That's where I want to go right now. But who has the better wide receiver core right now?
Yeah,
Chicago.
If you're Caleb, right, you're thinking about your long-term marketing ability, which is going to be a lot bigger in Washington, D.C. with this new team with all their money, and you're in home. And he already made it pretty clear by not giving his medicals to the Chicago Bears. He still hasn't.
In fair, he hasn't given it to anybody.
Right, but he'll choose who he wants to give them to, and he will go see DC. They have his coordinator.
Yeah. No, I agree. But there's reports coming out that Washington may not be as sold on him as everybody believes either. So there's a lot of smoke in the air right now. And this is the fun thing about the offseason from free agency. Once the big, first 2-3 days of free agency is done, and up to the draft, there's just so much smoke everywhere, right? And it's fun because we're, as being podcasters and trying to analyze all this stuff, it's a lot of fun to try and see through the smoke. Like, okay, what are they really doing over there? Well, they made this move, this move, and this move, right? So it's a lot of fun because
some of the stuff, like, why didn't they hire Cliff Kingsbury? If they were going to draft Caleb, why did they let him walk out the door, right? Why did they go get Shane Waldron, who is good at working on a quarterback who's raw, right? That's what he did with Geno, sped up his delivery, right?
But maybe that's exactly why, because what Caleb Williams has been able to do in college, if you listen to Ryan Leaf, 75% of that's not going to translate to the NFL. He will throw a tremendous amount of interceptions, particularly in his first year.
I think there's a lot of looking at his tape and acting like he doesn't know that he has a bad defense on the other side and a bad offensive line. Like, he's aware of that. So he's playing a certain way because that's the only way that USC is going to have a chance. Like, he's got a big game hunt. He's got to run around and make things happen because his line is putrid. And his defense is just going to give up a touchdown basically every possession. So the dude he's playing in a way where maybe he gained some habits that he'll have to break, but I think he's fully aware that that's not the normal way that you play. You don't normally hold the ball and not take the slant, right? But when your defense is horrible, right, you can't just throw slants. You have to go get money, right?
Yeah.
And I give him some credit for knowing that, actually.
And I think that Caleb Williams is one of those guys that's going to get whichever way he goes. If he's in Chicago, he's thrust into the fire. If he goes to Washington, he's thrust into the fire. He'll be week 1 starter. And it's going to be one of those things where we're at the end of the season, we're going to be comparing him to CJ Stroud or we're going to be comparing him to Bryce Young. Right? I don't think there's going to be a happy medium, or we're going to be comparing him to Anthony Richardson with a season-ending
Season, yeah,
injury. Right?
right.
I don't think there'll be a happy medium with him just because of his play style, the way that he is. I think if you took like a Drake May, a JJ McCarthy, I think there's more of a happier medium with those type quarterbacks. I think they're going to be a little bit more careful with the ball. They may not wow everybody. You may not even make the playoffs, but they're not going to make a whole bunch of crazy mistakes either.
They're going to run the offense also, which is helpful for the coordinator, right? You can set
Right.
up plays
They're
because they're
just going to run the offense. They're going to do more of what they're told. Drake May a little bit more might get off platform here and there. JJ McCarthy, he's just gonna run the offense. He's a great field general in college, and I think he'll continue to do that in the NFL.
You hear these scouts saying he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, and these are in the NFL draft. And these are scouts who are good at their job, who aren't even picking quarterbacks.
Yeah.
In this draft.
For JJ
McCarthy, yeah, do not be surprised if you see him go higher than you think.
Well, I mean, he's already gone from a second-round quarterback to now being discussed, being picked number 4 overall to Minnesota, who's going to trade with Arizona.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Chicago ran up there and said JJ McCarthy with the number 1 pick. I wouldn't be shocked. That's where we're at.
I would be shocked. Just because I'm not sure the stadium would be standing the day after. Because literally, as I've been watching this Justin Fields saga, I gotta be honest, man. The fan base in Chicago really loved Justin Fields. There were some haters, but there are some very upset fans right now.
Yeah.
And there's only I honestly don't think that Caleb Williams is the best quarterback. I don't think that he is a once in a generation quarterback. I think he is a Bryce Young in another uniform.
Wow.
To be honest, I really don't think. And I'm not even saying this isn't to say anything bad about Bryce Young. I don't think Bryce Young is a bust yet. There's no way we can tell. He went to a horrible team. No offensive line, no weapons, no nothing, and they just threw him in the fire. I am definitely by no means dogging Bryce Young, but what I'm saying is I don't really see that much higher of a talent level with him and with any of these quarterbacks. I honestly believe that if anyone were to get that label, and I wouldn't even give him this label, that's Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels' mix of accuracy, strong arm, playmakability, smartness, grind, and hustle to earn his position, not taking anything for granted. Attitude, solid background. Everything about this kid just tells you that he's got everything it takes to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think so. If anybody were to get that label, I would give it to Jaden Daniels, just based on watching his progression throughout his college career. Whereas with Caleb, you actually seen a regression last year with him. Not terrible. I mean, I'm just talking stats here. Stats weren't as good as he was the year before. But
with Drake May.
The thing that scares me with Caleb Williams is the diva-esque things that are coming out. And I'm not even I don't know if this is even him. I don't know if he's so close to his parents, which is a good thing. I think that's fantastic that he is. But who's running the show here?
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff, like some of it seems like being intelligent, like the agent thing, not hiring an agent as a rookie. They don't have any effect on your salary slotting. So, and the rookie contracts are pretty standard verbiage. You can, you don't need to have an agent. You can take that to an attorney and just have them look it over. But Some of the stuff is outlandish. Like you can't ask for a percentage of the team. That's not a thing, right? But you know, you don't get what you don't ask for, and he's there, doing what he can to try to get what he can, and some of those questions are going to be bad, but who cares? I guess, right?
I mean, in the regards of asking for ownership of the team, I thought, yeah, that's pretty outlandish. But look what Michael Jordan did in his sneaker deal with Nike, right? If you guys haven't seen the Ben Affleck movie about Nike and Jordan, you guys gotta go watch that movie, man. It's really eye opening.
It was
Like
outlandish for him.
yeah,
You got it.
like his mom was like, "No, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do." And it's like, well, no, we've never done anything like that before. I don't care if we've never done anything like that before. You've never had a player like my son.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty eye opening for me because there was a lot of history in the Air Jordans that I didn't even know until I watched that movie. So I don't really hold that against Caleb Williams as far as that. Like you said, you don't get what you don't ask for, right? So I just wonder because how much of an off-field distraction is some of this stuff going to be with him? Mm-hmm. When you're a quarterback in the NFL, you are the captain on the field. Everybody's looking to you. And so you have to try and mitigate any off-field issues. Now, with that being said, I got to give the kid some credit too, because a lot of his teammates from USC have come out and defended him, saying the dude is a fantastic leader in the locker room.
Yeah, that's that comes out of it from all of his teammates and coaches, is that he works hard. He's a real leader. Everybody likes him. He may be I think he's a little bit like camera shy, to be honest. So
I noticed that at the combine, like he kind of just doesn't really look comfortable.
No,
in front of the cameras.
He's definitely like an introverted, go into his own world kind of person.
Yeah, I think he's
sideline by himself, like trying to like get his thoughts and decide what's happening next and that sort of thing.
To me, he is one of those players like that where when he puts that helmet on, he turns on a different switch. Mm-hmm. Right? He becomes a whole different person. He becomes a superhero in his own mind, and he's just free because nobody's looking at me; they're looking at the helmet. So now I can just be me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. I think that he needs to be in the right situation.
Super important.
I don't know if that's Chicago, to be honest.
I don't think it is. He doesn't.
I know Chicago is putting together a wide receiver core that is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Depending on who they draft, but I'm pretty sure they're going to end up with the likes of Brian Thomas Jr. or Rome Odunze. That's just going to really help him out.
The quarterback that's going to succeed in Chicago has got to be the antithesis of what has just failed. They just went and got Trubisky, and he failed because he was a running quarterback that couldn't really throw. And they went and got, Justin Fields, who's a running quarterback who can't really throw. I don't think that they want to go get another running quarterback. I think that if they want to succeed and have, this quarterback have some runway, he needs to do the things that the fan base and the offense has been missing, right? Stay on schedule, right? Make plays when you have to, play from the pocket and under center. Like all of these things are what J.J. McCarthy can do, what Drake May can do. And I think that they're just better fits. And if you can trade back from 1 to 2, right, which I think they're going to be able to do because Caleb wants to go to DC. He also wants to go number 1. And DC wants to make a splash and make sure they get him. So make that trade. Let them have Caleb. And then you have every excuse in the world to go get JJ at 2. No one's going to cry. He probably went 3 to Minnesota anyway. So I think that's the move.
I mean, it would shock everybody. It would shock everybody. It would be the talk of the town. It'd be talk of the nation. Everybody would just be all over it. My question is, okay, if you're the Commanders, you know that, and maybe you even had these discussions with him backdoor because the NFL, not everybody's 100% playing by the rule book. Because if you do, you're not going to win anything. You're not going to get the players. I mean, it's the same thing with the NCAA.
Not cheating, you're not
You
trying.
got you got to be competitive. I'm not even going to call it cheating. I'm just going to say competitive, right?
I'll say that you're not cheating, you're not trying.
um, but if I'm the Commanders and I know that he's not going to want to be there, he's not going to want to go there, would I even make that trade? I guess you would kind of have to, because if you don't, then maybe Chicago trades back further.
Exactly. Someone else is going to take
and
them.
then they take him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess in that regard, you kind of you have to hedge your bets. Speaking of hedge your bets, today I would just like to thank today's sponsor of this podcast, which is Earth Elixir. They are a fantastic company that you guys have to go and check out for all of your natural supplements, particularly for all the fellas watching right now. I personally have been taking Tongat Ali and Fedogia Agressus for over a year. My natural testosterone has been boosted. I feel better. I sleep better. My workouts are better. My joints feel better. But that's not all they have. They also have other all-natural supplements like bee pollen, which helps you to sleep better. So go ahead and check them out. Use the QR code here on the screen or the link in the comments or in the description and save 15% off just for the Raider D family. The owner's name is Don, and he is also from Northern California, lifelong Raiders fan. So big shout out to Don over there at Earth Elixir. We absolutely love the sponsorship from them. So now that we put the kids to bed, Justin Fields controversy, since we've been talking about this kid, I put out several videos that I took quite a bit of heat for, that the Raiders were trying to acquire Justin Fields. And I got comments, everything from, hey, moron, it didn't work with Luke Getsy. What makes you think that now that Luke Getsy's here that the Raiders would want to bring him in? Raider D, you don't know what you're talking about, because Luke Getsy hates Justin Fields and Justin Fields hates Luke Getsy. All kinds of wonderful comments in the comment section. And according to Hondo Carpenter, who is pretty well respected as an insider with the Raiders, has come out and spilled the beans that, in fact, the Raiders did try to trade for Justin Fields prior to signing Gardner Minshew. Mm-hmm. But the GM over there in Chicago was sticking on this, I have to have a first-round draft pick. And so we said, well, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So we went and signed Gardner Minshew. Yeah. Atlanta Falcons were trying to trade for him, but they were not going to give up a first-round draft pick. So they went and they signed Kirk Cousins for a massive deal. Yeah. And there were a handful of other teams as well. And he turned everybody off with sticking, like he truly believed that he was going to get a first-round draft pick for him, that the market completely dried up. Everybody left him sitting at the train station, and only Pittsburgh was like, well, we'll give you a sixth, maybe a fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, talk about overplaying your hand. Man. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I don't know what world he thought he was getting a first-round pick for a quarterback who has already been drafted. Like, that almost like never happens unless he's a Pro Bowler or something. Yeah, that was a huge overshoot, and he probably cost himself his job down the road here with that. We'll see. You know, if they hit on the quarterback, that's all that really matters, right? Which is why I'm saying it ain't about like winning the press week. They have to get the right guy, or else they're canned. And if they go get a guy, like I'm telling you, go get Jaden Daniels. The first time that guy he runs into a sack or fumbles or something, they're like, "Oh, these running quarterbacks, it's Justin Fields 2.0." Like, they need something new to give more runway. So they got Shane Waldron. They don't need a running quarterback. Geno doesn't run, right? They need to get the right fit for them. And New England, we'll talk about why they're probably not even taking a quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's going to get fired either way, because it doesn't matter if you get Drake May, JJ McCarthy, rookies typically don't have a CJ Stroud type of year. It's even if you got a lot of weapons. The speed of the game in the NFL is night and day difference. You're in offense, college offenses typically only run 3 or 4 different sets, and that's it, because they don't have the time. They don't have 10 years with a quarterback to run these complex schemes that they run in the NFL. So when you bring in a rookie, you have to dumb down your offense in order for it not to be too overwhelming for him. This was a big knock on Josh McDaniels throwing AOC in against the Chargers,
Complicated
but
offensive.
telling him to throw the ball 39 times with basically the same complex, defense that even a 9-year veteran like Derek Carr couldn't handle.
Exactly.
So you have to do that. I don't see Chicago even making the playoffs this year. Even if the quarterback doesn't have a horrible year, whoever it is, he's still going to be a rookie. And rookies are going to throw interceptions. They're going to fumble the ball.
Yeah.
And they're going to have incompletions.
Bad.
And that's just the nature of it, right? When you're throwing a rookie into the fire right out of college, that's what you can expect. And I think by the end of the year, he's done. I think he really, really, and then he tried to clean it up, which was funny, by saying, well, we just wanted to make sure we did right by Justin Fields. No, you weren't. You were trying to get a first-round draft pick. Everybody called your bluff, and then you were stuck holding a pair of 7s, right?
Oh, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You had a low number pair sitting in your hand. That's
nothing. Bluffer, man. Everybody knows it too.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just being nice.
So I want to thank all 125 plus people that are in the chats right now. If you guys have not subscribed and you love Raiders content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Also check out my boy Raider Nation Hotspot. He is a regular here on the channel. A great stats guy, analytical guy. He just started his channel as well, so go and give him a subscribe and check out the content that he's putting out right now. And if you guys don't mind, get those likes up, and you just have to go and hit the 3 little buttons or 3 little dots over here, and it'll pull up that thumbs up. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button for us, if you are watching live. If you guys are watching this after the broadcast is over, then you should just be able to like it as normal. I want to jump into a few of the comments here. We got a lot, actually, quite a bit. First, I do want to just put out a little poll. Let's kind of get a feel for the nation of everybody that's in here right now. Number 1, where do you watch the Raider D podcast? Do you watch it on your phone, TV, or computer? So go ahead and drop that down in the comments and let me know, because I want to make sure that we are giving you the best quality content in whichever way you prefer to receive it. And as you guys are blowing up the comments with that poll, let's get in here. Tony Blasetti says, holding a pair of testes. Not exactly what I meant by the pair of 7s, but I can see the reference there. Ryan G says, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Alexander? Pull this up here.
Madison.
What do you guys think of Alexander Madison? Does that make the Raiders not drafting a running back until late rounds now compared to rounds 3 or 4? I think it's a great pickup, and it kind of is foretelling for me that we're not going to focus on a running back in the draft, because we already have quite a few running backs in the room right now as it is. I mean, we have Sincere McCormick. We have obviously Zamir White, Sincere McCormick, Amir Abdullah, now Madison, Tyreek.
Still under contract, or
Bolden? Let me check. I don't think he is.
But we also have the kid from UCLA.
Yes, not Sincere McCormick, but the other kid. He didn't get to play last year.
Britton Brown.
Britton Brown. So, and he's like a little speed back. Same thing with Sincere.
Yeah. I'm trying. Burton Burns is more of a grinder, I think. I'm trying to drop my link in the chat here, but I don't know how to get that done. I can see the chat. Technical difficulties, folks. But yeah.
So we got E Plural says he watches us anywhere he can. I appreciate you. Tony says number one, so I'm assuming by phone. Raider Zach says phone. Jeffrey says phone. All right. Jesse says telefono. Perfect. Ryan says on my phone, on the road, at home. I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. On my phone, on the road, at home, on TV, and phone, so I can comment. Long view.
Oh,
out
so
there
he's out here. Me and Raider Ryan gonna have a beer. That's my bro.
Yep. You guys are out there in Washington together, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a beer. Probably in the West Coast Raider Nation, if he knows what he's doing. But yeah, I think with Madison too, another thing that's slept on with him is his pass blocking. He's exceptional as a pass blocker. He's just an all-around kind of running back, and I think that's going to be he's a good fit for what we need as a backup. So.
Yeah, and he's also good as a receiving back as well, which is really important in today's NFL. You have to have versatile. You can't just be a running back anymore, right? Where everything's kind of moving to the Christian McCaffrey style. And to be honest, if you want to get paid as a running back now, you better be a good receiver.
Absolutely.
Because if you're, that's the knock on, in the NFL. Why is Christian McCaffrey the highest paid running back in the NFL? Because he's also a receiver.
Yeah, he's two positions. It's like, why does Debo get so much?
Exactly.
Yeah, So in the draft, there's a couple, potential kind of running back receiver combos that I think are interesting. Like Will Shipley, I keep bringing him up, but I think he's going to be in the same kind of vein as like a Christian McCaffrey. Natural receiver, good overall speed and better size, like less likely to be injury prone. He's a tough runner inside, but man, he looks like a receiver when he's running routes and stuff. So it's really interesting.
What do you think of Luke McCaffrey?
Luke McCaffrey, freak, man. Like, I think he's going to be interesting. The fact that he's actually faster than his brother.
Yeah.
And then you look at his 3 cone and you look at the tape and you're like, okay, that's it's to me, Luke McCaffrey and the kid Ricky Pearsall, they're both like hyped up versions of Hunter Renfrow. Like if you just you gave him like steroids or something, I don't know. Like they're just like extremely precise route runners, smart, understand like they're the intricacies of what the quarterback's trying to achieve, and then they also are kind of freaky athletes. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Western's big time on Luke McCaffrey. He made a really good video about him. So if you guys don't know who Western Conference is, he's also a regular here on my channel, putting out some really great Raiders content. He's here in the comments. Go check him out and give him a subscribe and watch his videos as well. Make sure you guys are liking the videos too. I did notice in my analytics, man, 30 to 40% of my views are coming from you guys, my subscribers, which is fantastic. But when I have a video that gets 17,000 views but only gets 300 likes and all 4,000 plus of my subscribers have watched the video, guys, why aren't you liking the video? You guys are taking the time to post 3 times as many comments, but not the like button. And it's imperative that you guys hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you love and support the Raider D podcast or any Raiders content creator, make sure you guys are liking every one of their videos.
It's like when you go over somebody's house and you like leave the light on in the bathroom or something. Like just like take care of the small thing. Like turn the light off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, put the toilet down. Put the toilet seat down.
Just, you know what I mean? We can do
that. That's what I'm gonna equate. I'm gonna use that from now on. Look, guys, smash that like button. Put that toilet seat down. Turn off the bathroom light before you exit. Smash that like button. I'm rolling with that right there. That's gold right there. And not like golden shower gold either, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter, man.
Oh man. Okay, this is too much potty reference. I'm sorry.
Ryan G says, "What do you guys think of Cooper DeJean? Go in the late first round. Cooper DeJean he's going to be something in the NFL.
Yes, and he will bring white cornerbacks back to the NFL. They were missing. So
they've been missing for a long time. Mostly because the knock on us white boys is white boys can't jump. And so if you gotta do the jump ball thing, we're probably not your guy. I know I couldn't jump to save my life.
can jump.
And I played basketball when I was younger, and I was always just the last guy picked out of necessity, just because you had to have the number. And we just didn't have enough, so then I would get picked. But one thing I did do is I out hustled everybody else. I was the least athletic and least gifted basketball player, but I was also the meanest. If you went to do a layup, just best believe I was practicing the Jordan rules on everybody I played. People hated me. They hated playing with me. They're like, dude, you're going to get me hurt. I'm like, that's the point.
Oh, man. See, I'd have
Don't
to
try to score on me.
I'd pick you on my team just so I didn't have to play against you.
Yeah. I mean, even like the fellas, man. Even the fellas, like, you're on the opposite team. We're not friends right now. And they'd be like, Mike, they'd be like, come on, bro. I'm like, man, Jordan rules.
No.
Jordan rules. Like I got one gift out here, and that's just fearlessness and drive. I can't shoot. I cannot defend.
Football player playing basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna run you over. That's all I'm gonna do. But no, I can't play basketball anymore. I'm just not there to be able to run up and down the court. Play soccer for a while. Whew, you want to talk about some good cardio, man. Soccer.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the game. And the thing I like about it, too, is because I fall down a lot because I'm overly aggressive, it's a lot nicer to fall on grass than it is a basketball court.
It is. Yeah, much better. Much better.
But, yeah, I love that. And then, obviously, just, tossing the football around and stuff is a lot of fun. But, when you get older, you start degrading. It's just natural. So that's a perfect segue into today's sponsor. If you guys did not see it earlier, Earth Elixir has all natural supplements. The one that I recommend to the Raider Nation that you guys, if you're over the age of 30, you've got to give this a try. Give it a try for 3 months, and I promise you can thank me later, because I've been doing it for a year. As I am 46, I was 45. I was feeling my natural testosterone going down, sluggish, putting on weight, achy joints, everything that happens when you get into your 40s, and you can start feeling the decline of your testosterone. And I came across Tonga Ali and Fedosia agrestis, which is an Asian plant supplement, which has clinically been proven to increase your testosterone naturally. It is not a steroid. It does not have any major side effects. It is cleared and safe to use, and Earth Elixir is third-party tested. It is all made right here in the United States of America, so you're not getting any fluff or mess or fillers or any of that. And the owner, his name's Don, lifelong Northern Cali boy, Raiders fan, and so his sponsoring the show was a no-brainer. We love everything that the guys over at Earth Elixir are doing. Go and check them out today. The link is in the description, in the comments, or you can scan it with the QR code on the screen, and you will save 15% on your very first order just for the Raider Nation. So, yeah, man.
It worked.
What you got going on your next video? I know you said you was working on some AOC video.
Yeah, we're doing an AOC season video. I'm doing a comparison between his rookie season and mostly Drew Brees, and then we're looking at we're looking at what he did in college, what he did as a rookie, and then there's a historical kind of precedent to what happens when quarterbacks concentrate on core strength over an offseason. We're going to look at what happened when Breeze did it and when Brady did it, and then what would happen if he made a similar jump. Yeah,
That's
kind of take a
interesting
look at how good he actually was.
because Tom Brady was real big on that. I remember when he won like his 5th Super Bowl, and they did like this little mini documentary on him, and he was talking about his workouts, and like he's doing all just a ton of core strength stuff. So I think when you're whipping that ball, you're putting a tremendous amount of torque on your body, and particularly your midsection, because the abs and your lower back, all of those muscles are interlinked together, and they have to be very strong. And I gave and I didn't even give, I don't remember even who I heard call him this the first time, but I just ran with it, so I can't take credit for it. But I was calling AOC, and I just dropped my light there. I was calling AOC Fat Farva because he's a little chubby. He's a little chubby dude. He's got the chubby chin, and he's got a little bit of a tummy. You know what I mean? And it's good to hear, and it's good to see that he's working on that, because if you want to improve as a quarterback in the NFL, you got to have that core strength, and you got to have the mobility down.
I got receipts, way back in May of 23, after we drafted him. I predicted this. I said he's going to go into the offseason, he's going to work on his core, he's going to come back, and he's going to be better. And he's doing it. So I got a video coming because I just want to take a look at what that could mean. I think Raider Nation will be shocked at what kind of increase we're talking about between what Brady did and what Breeze did after they worked on core strength. Breeze in 03 did not have a great year. And, he got injured, didn't play up to par after having a pretty okay rookie season. He went and did his core strength stuff, and he's been Breeze ever since. So I think, it's going to be interesting.
All right. Well, everybody, make sure. Were you able to figure out how to get the link in there?
I wasn't able to figure out how to get the link in the chat. Hold on a second here.
Well, the channel is Raider Nation Hotspot. So you guys go and check that out right now. If you're brand new to my boy Hot Beavers, his channel is Raider Nation Hotspot. Go give him a like. How many videos you got on there now?
4 or 5 videos.
4 or 5 right now? Nice.
Yeah. We've got
so got a good little palette for them to enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Go watch some cool highlights too. So.
I had to go back and unlist over 100 videos, because I have so many videos in the library, and a lot of the videos are breaking news, right? So or we're just talking about the game or whatever had happened last year, and they hadn't gotten any views in 6 months, and so I was like, okay, how do I make sure that when people are coming to the actual channel, not just clicking on a video, but then they go to the actual channel, that they're getting relevant stuff. And I was looking at how many videos. I was like, oh my God, I got like well over 100 videos here that are now irrelevant. And nobody's going to want to watch them. I wouldn't want to watch them. It's like, yeah, I know. Okay, Devontae Adams hurt his leg last year, and now he's better. Or, AOC got sacked 7 times during the game. And I know that. I watched the game. I don't need to go back and see that video. And so now I think we're down to like 20 relevant videos now. So when you go to the channel, you're not going to see my 100+ videos. There's only going to be like 20 there. And I'm going to do a better job of cleaning house at least every couple of weeks, going back and saying, okay, this video still has relevancy, or it's an evergreen video, like my documentary on Khalil Mack, my documentary on Charles Woodson, which for whatever reason, I just can't get any views on that. I mean, I average 5,000 views a video if you average out all my videos, and I can't get this thing over 300 views. I've tried different. I've changed thumbnails. I've
Yeah.
changed titles.
Come on, man. It's the
Do
GOAT,
people just
guys.
do people not like Charles Woodson? I'm like, he's one of the greatest Raiders of all time. Yeah, I know he went to Green Bay and won a Super Bowl, and it sucks, but he came back.
He did. Yeah. He came back and did the whole cheer. I showed you guys the interception on one of my videos that where you got Peyton Manning. Come on, man. Come on.
So Raider Ryan says, always enjoy when you two collaborate together on the show. Both very knowledgeable and enjoy the content. Appreciate you, Raider Ryan, for all the support that you show the Raider Nation and all of us creators out here, just showing the love and spreading the love of the Raiders. And guys, don't forget about my boy Western Conference either. He was supposed to be on with me on the weekend, and I because it's Ramadan, I'm fasting on Sunday. I was just so worn out. I've been making so many videos. I was just like, you know what? I'm just not even going to do it. And so that's why we're back doing live now, though, because I got a little bit more energy. So, all right, guys, that is the end of today's show. But make sure that if you want to get on the Raider D podcast newsletter, which the first edition just went out last week, make sure that you are sending in an email. We don't have the landing page set up just quite yet. We are working on it. But you can send me an email, raiderdpodcast@gmail.com. It is on the screen. And request to be put on the newsletter, absolutely free. And also, if you guys want to become a member of the club, go ahead and click this link right here, which is going to be in the comments. It is also in the description, and you can join the Raider D family by becoming a paid member of the club. The lowest one is only $2.99 a month. That's the silver package. You could also sign up for the silver and black package. If you want to go all out, you can even sign up for the Raider Nation package at $29.99 a month. Lots of cool perks and events and stuff that we got planned coming up for that stuff. And then I see your link here that you just sent me in the that just sent me off here. Hold on. How can I pull this? You sent it to me in a private chat. How do I pull this up? Can I copy this? Maybe. Copy. Let me see if I can paste this in here for you.
Yeah.
And paste. And okay, yeah, I was able to. And
sweet.
Make sure I just hit it down here in the comments. This is the link to Raider Nation Hotspots channel. Click on that link and go show him some love. Watch his videos. And guys, remember, put the toilet lids down, turn off the light as you're exiting the bathroom, and hit the thumbs up whenever you watch our videos. Appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, you know how we end this. Say it with me. Raiders just win, baby.